This is the Wealthy Wednesday radio show with Luci McMonagle, helping you create a lifestyle and business that you love. Luci is an intuitive success coach who specializes in assisting and training for lifestyle and business success. As a member of your own university and an associate member of the Women's Speakers Association, she brings over 20 years of serial entrepreneurship, internet business training, and financial training to the table. Luci is on a mission to empower and inspire holistic entrepreneurs to become wealthier. Let's begin that journey together as we welcome the host of the Wealthy Wednesday radio show, Luci McMonagle.
Hello and welcome to the Wealthy Wednesday radio show. This is your host, Luci McMonagle, and I am so grateful you're spending the day with me. I wanted to thank you, and also go to our Facebook page and like our Facebook page so that you can be updated on our future Wealthy Wednesday radio shows with our featured guests and with tips, strategies, and education that will help you increase your wealth. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/Wealthy Wednesday Radio. That's facebook.com Wealthy Wednesday Radio. Today we are going to talk about the 10 keys to prosperity. And I am so excited to share my personal knowledge and wisdom with you so that you will have a more prosperous, wealthy, happier life. The 10 keys of prosperity that I am going to share with you today is a part of my signature system that I designed from trial and errors in my life. It is something that I not only teach about, but it is something that I also live by as best as I possibly can. I will give you the 10 keys of prosperity here, but there really isn't enough time to go through them thoroughly. Today, my intention is to share with you as much as I'm able to give to you for the 10 keys of prosperity, and we are going to be talking about eliminating the blocks that are holding you back from receiving your own wealth, prosperity, and good. First, I want to share with you where I'm coming from, and then I'm going to talk to you about how you can start creating money manifestation in your life using these 10 keys of prosperity. My passion to help others was born from my own financial struggles, ones that I faced and I have been able to overcome. It was not easy for me growing up in a single-family home that was on welfare most of the time. My mom did the very best that she could, and I absolutely love and adore her. But she had a limited education, and she had to do what she could by working long hours for a little bit of money. The cycle started again when I was terminated from one of my positions just 2 days before Christmas while I was 7 months pregnant. It just broke my heart. I was finally doing so well and having a family and moving forward. I had to swallow my pride and accept being on the system to prevent living in the streets. Now, my financial struggles continued for over a year after I gave birth to my son. And then after one night of having to choose between eating crackers for myself or feeding my son, which my son always came first to me, I finally had enough. Something inside me just broke, and I vowed that I would never ever be this poor and this much in poverty and this much pain ever again. Now I became absolutely relentless to find the answers, and little by little I found clues. I started finding books and people. I finally joined a spiritualist church that studied the science of the mind, which was a completely new concept to me at the time, and I began to make major headways. I had to be really, really honest with myself, and I had to step up my game. This gave me the power to create my own opportunities, and then my life started to transform almost as if by magic. You see, I know that when people say that they are broke, what they really mean is that they feel broken in spirit and in mind, because in our society, if you are not wealthy, then you are sometimes looked upon as some kind of a bad individual. Now, I never really fully understood this, and I am here to take a stand and let you know that it is not your fault. It really is not. I know this feeling very well also. And I've also discovered that 80% of what was holding me back from having my own keys to prosperity was mindset. Really, just mindset. Now, this is true freedom, and I finally could control my future if I could figure out how to control my mind. Now, it only took me 20% effort to go from rags and riches. And along the way on my journey to going from a poor small-town girl, I've obtained a double degree in my 30s in business administration and financial services from CNN of Albuquerque, New Mexico. I graduated with honors, and I taught financial literacy, accounting, and I am an approved trainer for the FDIC in small business Money Smart for financial literacy and Money Smart for small business program. Because of my dedication to educating others, I was awarded the 2015 VIP Woman of the Year from the National Association of Professional Women, and I will be featured in the Women of Distinction magazine in the summer of 2015. I also have a Wealthy Wednesday e-zine in addition to this Wealthy Wednesday radio show to really help and educate you so that you can have a healthier, happier, and healthier life. Now, today I'm going to give you the foundations of the 10 keys of prosperity that I discovered along the way. This is taken directly from the first lesson of my signature program. Now, I will not be able to get into all of the keys extensively in this short radio show, but at the end, I will tell you how you can obtain more information and how you can double and triple your income from my program. I have honed my skills to become a money manifestor. Yes, being a money manifestor is actually a skill that anyone can learn. When I found this out, I was really, really excited. Because, I thought money was something that, you were either born with it or you were not. It was something that you either had or you didn't have. I didn't know it was actually a skill that you could develop. And I want to tell you that you can develop your own skill of money manifestation too. Now, when I was using the law of attraction, I was using my personal energy. And like so many people that have used the law of attraction, they eventually came to a point where they were burnt out. I felt so inspired to empower others to become financially independent without hitting burnout. Now, I did not learn about the burnout part until it was too late. It took me several years to recover. But I want to tell you and explain to you how to have lasting success and prosperity in your life. I will provide you with as much as I can in this short radio show together. And I'll also give you information on how to contact me at the end of the radio show. Now, we all seem to want prosperity. We all desire it, but we have so much difficulty getting it. Now, why is that? I've asked myself that question so many times when I was younger. We have ancient scriptures that tell us that everyone receives a blessing. They claim that wealth and prosperity are our birthrights as humans. If you live a good and humble life, if you obey this or if you do that, if you're a good person, then you can expect fulfillment. But I was all of those things, and I was not getting fulfillment in those areas. I used to believe that if I would do everything right, then I should be wealthy. But that wasn't the case for me. Not in the beginning, not in my younger years, not even in my early 20s. Now, these scriptures usually talk about this blessing in parables and cryptic messages, and a lot of people, if you ask them, they'll give you a different answer, because really, nobody truly understands them. Some scriptures tell you that if you wish for something, it will be granted. Others say you must affirm what you want to be desired. There's other ones that tell you have to do a dream board, or other ones that tell you that you need to write it down. Other ones that say you write it down and read it every single day. Other ones say write it down and forget about it. So confusing. Now, this leads to many individuals to affirm, I want prosperity, or I want fill in the blank. You see, now this is the tricky part, and this is the part that I learned along the way, is when you use the word want, it creates a desire for wanting in your subconscious. You can call it the infinite, God, higher self, the universe, or whatever words you mean. But your words have and are taken as a literal sense. So please use the words that fit your belief systems and desires. The first key to prosperity is to understand that the literal meaning of your words manifest. Wow. That was a shocker when I discovered that. Now, are you wondering why your current circumstances are not working as well as you desire? I certainly know I did after I started to change my mindset. But then I discovered that our subconscious is really in control of our current reality. Now, this has been documented since the 1930s by Dr. Fleet, who created what he called was concept therapy. He used to use small stick figures to illustrate his work. The subconscious mind accepts all ideas and really cannot tell the difference between real or imagined. The conscious mind is our thinking mind. It's our educated mind. It's the mind that we are trained, and it's also the one we use to choose our thoughts and either to accept or reject ideas. There are many ways to rewrite the subconscious mind with ease. Whew, thank goodness for that, right? Now, you can use relaxation techniques such as meditation or hypnotherapy. You can use music with songs and dance, or you can use concentration with affirmations or positive mantras. You can even use positive affirmations continuously playing in the background as you're going about your daily business. Now, the stronger your desire is to make the changes, the faster and more permanent these changes will be. This is where the keys of prosperity start to work. The second key is reality is manifested from what's in the subconscious. Now, in order to rewrite the subconscious mind, we need to discover what is already in there. I'm only going to give you as much information as I can in this short radio show, but I will give you more information on how to contact me towards the end. Take a moment and think about your favorite childhood radio show. Or maybe you grew up watching TV. What was the main plot? What was the main theme? Now think about what you are currently watching. What's the main theme today? Do you feel like these shows mimic your life in some fashion? Maybe distorted, maybe not? What about soap operas? Have you ever felt like your life is a soap opera? Boy, I certainly knew I did when I was in my 20s. I know mine felt that way. When you are doing something or watching something, remember the subconscious cannot tell the difference between what is real or what is imagined. Now, the key here is the higher the emotional response from an experience or show, whether it's real or not real, the deeper it goes into the subconscious. So pay attention to this. When you use words or experiences with an emotional response, it goes deeper into the subconscious. That's the third key. And it's absolutely crucial that you understand this key, because it is one of the reasons why so many people simply cannot shake childhood traumas or the nightmares from watching frightful movies. Some things that our parents or others that cared about us and cared for us said. Maybe we were a little kid and we did something wrong and our parent disapproved of us in that particular moment. Now, this could lead to responses of being afraid of conflict. It can lead to responses of being a people pleaser while we put our own well-being on the back shelf because we do not want that disapproval. We don't want to feel bad. The fourth key of prosperity is that we attempt to compensate for feelings of not being good enough with codependent tendencies, or we are able to overcome these easily. Now think about your favorite restaurant commercial, or even think about your favorite restaurant. Think about your very favorite dish. Can you almost taste it? Does your mouth start to water just a little bit? I know mine is. Are you starting to feel just a little bit hungry? Did you notice that you thought about your favorite dish, then you felt your mouth watering, and then you started to feel a little bit hungry too? This process is almost instantaneous. And if you weren't paying attention whatsoever, you might actually think that you were hungry first. The fifth key is your imagination used with thoughts triggers almost an instant result. Now, isn't that interesting? If you experienced any of these memories or feelings that I've mentioned, I want to say congratulations. You've been an A++ student, and you probably didn't even know it. You've learned that your mind can be fed something and retain it for many, many years, even up to a lifetime. Wow. Just imagine, what would it be like if your mind was clean and you could have it still for a while without falling asleep? Can you just imagine how peaceful that would feel if your mind was quiet and silent for a little while? Attempting to be stressed out without first having thoughts to stress you out, it's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. You cannot feel stressed out without having thoughts that stress you out first. So in the absence of a thought, you do not have the accompanying symptoms of that thought. Now this means thoughts come first, then emotions and feelings follow. Can you just imagine what would it be like to have thoughts and have these thoughts have you feel energized and focused? That would be quite amazing, wouldn't it? Now we're going to take a short commercial break to honor our sponsors, but we'll be right back shortly.
Experiencing a financial glass ceiling? Luci McMonagle is a Money Manifestor coach, and it's her passion to educate others how to manifest more money. Grab her free gift, Make Money Now, at LuciMcMonagle.com. That's LuciMcMonagle.com.
Be you to the fullest. That's beautiful. And it is the secret to living your life on purpose. But so many people suffer not knowing who they are and what they are here for because of the ongoing influences shooting all over us. Are you ready to break free, take back your power, and discover exactly what makes you, you? Your Own University is the #1 online self-awareness community, here to help you confidently know yourself and step into your ideal life. Our directory is full of highly qualified personal coaches that have helped over 100,000 women from all over the world transform their lives inside and out. Come fall in love with yourself and discover true fulfillment at yourownuniversity.com.
The Wealthy Wednesday radio show is on every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Join me, Luci McMonagle, an abundance breakthrough coach, author, and public speaker, as your host, as I interview expert guests that will inspire and empower you. Listen every Wednesday or catch the archived shows by going to Blog Talk Radio /Ambitious Women Unite Radio. That's blogtalkradio.com /Ambitious Women Unite Radio. Join me, your host, Luci McMonagle, for the Wealthy Wednesday radio show every Wednesday. Welcome back to the Wealthy Wednesday radio show. This is your host, Luci McMonagle, and today we're talking about the 10 keys to prosperity to help you become healthier, wealthier, and happier. Now, before we move on, let me cover the first 5 keys that I've already mentioned before our commercial break. The first key of prosperity is the literal meaning of your words, manifest. The second key is reality is manifest from what's in the subconscious mind. The third key is your words or experiences that have an emotional charge, an emotional response goes deeper into your subconscious mind. The fourth key is that we attempt to compensate for feelings of not being good enough with codependent tendencies, and we are able to overcome this easily. So you have to remember you can overcome attempting to compensate for feelings that you've developed from a child or at different time periods. And the fifth key so far is your imagination used with thoughts triggers almost an instant response. Now think of your mind as a lush garden that has been overrun with weeds. Now these weeds are negative thoughts. They're sad thoughts. They're worry thoughts. They're frustration thoughts. There's things of what if. And then you also have thoughts that make you feel grumpy. They make you feel frustrated, frazzled. Now it doesn't matter how these thoughts were created, but close your eyes for a moment. If you're driving, please do not close your eyes. Pay attention to the road. But close your eyes for a moment if you're in a safe location. And if you feel uncomfortable closing them, then keep them open. Just focus on a focal point. Take a deep breath. Now I call this the 4-part breath. And you breathe in deep, 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 all the way down to your toes. And then as you breathe out, imagine pulling these weeds out and then tossing them into an incinerator where they are transformed and transmuted into fresh, fertile soil. Now, if you just take another breath in, you can almost smell the fresh soil that's freshly plowed. It's rich with possibilities. Now think of what would you like to plant in your lush garden? What kind of experiences would you like to grow and manifest in your life? Your mind is a muscle. And when you start rewriting what you desire, you may feel a bit tired and a little bit more frustrated. But that's okay. It's okay. You can continue to move forward. Now, the 6th key to prosperity is that you have the power to transform your thoughts and rewrite your subconscious. Dig deep to uncover the roots of the negative thoughts from your subconscious mind. Now, I have a little exercise that you can do to help you find these roots. You simply take a 3x5 index card, or if you have a little notebook or a pad that you carry around with you, and on the top of the card write the date, and underneath it make 4 columns. The first column, label positive. The second column, label negative. The third, happy. The fourth, sad. Now you can use other words if you desire. That's perfectly fine. Adapt this for your current situation and ask yourself, how can I make this work for me? Now the seventh key is discovering what is hidden in your subconscious so that you can free yourself from bondage and help you change what you are experiencing that you do not like into experiences that you do like. For the first few days, simply observe your thoughts and how they make you feel. Put a mark on the card to note it. This does not have to be anything fancy. I used to use little tallies, but I'd put 4 little lines and then I'd put a cross over it to equal 5. But use whatever suits your style. You could put a star, you could put a dot, however you like. Use your creativity if you want. Now, if you have a really strong response to a thought, then you can write it down and so that you can note it. Now, your goal for the first couple of days is simply to observe what you've been thinking about. It's not good or bad. You're not trying to judge it. You're not trying to make yourself right or wrong. You're just simply the observer. Now, I would love to get more in depth on this and how it all works, but this is a very short radio show. So for now, I'm just going to give you the overviews. And this material has been taken directly from my signature program. And my clients have witnessed enormous results. One client that I've been working with recently, she went from struggling with one client maybe every couple of weeks to now she has 3 streams of income set up. That's going from one person, one client, to having 3 multiple streams of income. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. And she is so excited about what she's doing now. So Rosa, another client, another friend that I have, she said, learning how you think and see things impacted me in such a big way. It's like another realm was opened up to me and led me to learn more, read more, meditate more, and to be open to the possibilities I wouldn't have ever seen before. I've been able to heal people even just by using the power of intent and my conscious awareness. Wow. Now talk about incredible power that you have. And each and every one of us has this power. It's not just for certain people, it's for everyone. Using the power of conscious intent and awareness can actually help heal other people, can actually start creating multiple streams of income, and can help you discover how to create a life that you desire. Now, getting back to the index card and the exercise. Now that you've started to pull out the weeds, which I've discussed a little bit earlier, and you've taken some time to discover what's hidden in your subconscious, that's by observing your thoughts, it's time to start replacing the experiences with ones that you desire. Now you do this so that there is no room for negative thoughts to return easily. Wow. You're actually replacing your negative thoughts with positive ones. So it's like a garden, and if you have beautiful growth, beautiful plants that are growing in this garden, and it takes up all of the fertile soil, there's no room for the weeds to grow. So envision your mind as a fresh, fertile soil that is ready to plant lush and beautiful garden, one that will bring you untold prosperity, wealth, and abundance. Whatever you desire to start planting in your beautiful garden, yes, you can have it all. Any thoughts that tell you that it's either X or Y, it's either A or B, that's a weed. Pull it out. Get rid of it. It does not serve you. There are thousands of people that have lives that are filled with wealth, happiness, success. There's single families, single mothers that are successful, and they also spend quality time with their children and their family. There's families that are spending quality time, taking vacations. They live a high quality life, and they're working reasonable hours. So imagine planting a lush, vibrant garden and naming it for something that you desire. Now let me give you a couple of examples. Imagine that you're planting a row of trees. I'm thinking of each tree as a money tree. Use an affirmation to represent each seed you plant. And these affirmations have to feel like they are in your voice, using your words. If you use an affirmation that I give you, but it just doesn't feel right, it's not going to work. You have to use affirmations that feel real to you. So please keep this in mind when I give you examples. Now, some of the affirmations that I have used include, I share my gifts generously with others. I contribute a positive and influential presence to this planet. I have a wonderful business in a wonderful way. I have wonderful clients that provide me with wonderful pay. I always have more money coming in than going out. Abundance and wealth surround me. Today I claim my share. Money flows freely and abundantly into my life. I am consistently presented with new opportunities and success. Today I am open to see them. The key is to put some emotion behind your affirmations. If you say them in a dry, flat, non-emotional tone, then it'll take a lot longer, if ever, to seep into your subconscious, which is where your reality is created. Now remember, experiences that have a high emotional charge and response, they go deeper into the subconscious. If you need to listen to uplifting music, if you need to dance or sing to get some of the emotions going with your affirmations, that's fine. I personally like listening to Karen Ducker and some of her wonderful, wonderful songs. That's Karen Ducker, Drucker, and she has some incredible songs. Look her up. Now, let's talk about what to do when you have racing thoughts that you cannot control. Now, if you're not driving, again, place your right hand on your right ear and your left hand on your left ear, and then state in a strong, commanding voice, "Be silent." You may have to do this several times in a row, sometimes several times in a row, several times a day, until your mind starts to quiet down. You have to remember your mind is a muscle, and it's had all these years to run amok and to be programmed with things that you're watching on TV, your environment, other people's belief systems, etc. So now it's time to take control. Take control of your mind, and you take control of your life. This is where you'll start to catch your deeper thoughts. I'd also like to tell you about a little trick I've learned about. I call it the eject button. The eject button for thoughts that are unpleasant or ones that I do not desire to have in my mind. Ooh, I love this eject button, I have to tell you. Now, every time you start thinking something that you do not like or you do not want to manifest, there's a little spot right between your eyebrows. And you just use your little index finger and you just gently tap on that spot and imagine this to be the eject button. And you can imagine it however you want. I imagine mine as a little tiny round eject button that says the word eject. But you can imagine it however you want. When you push on that gently, or you tap on that gently, consciously state the words, "Stop." eject, cancel, clear. Sometimes I have to get a little more aggressive with these negative thoughts because they've really got a deep hold on me. And I specify very, very clearly, get out of my head. Now, a lot of times I'll find that they just automatically disappear out of my head. And then I'm like, oh, my head's silent. And it really, really feels good to actually have your mind quiet for a moment, because then you can consciously think of what you want to put in it. You can use this eject button whenever you want. Experiment it. Find out what your sweet spot is on how you can let go of thoughts that you do not desire any longer. Now remember, your mind is a muscle, and it will start to respond to your commands, but you have to train it because it's been running amok for a long, long time. Once you start to get a handle on your negative thoughts, on your racing thoughts, your life will start to flow with ease and with grace. Now, this doesn't mean that you may or may not go into a little bit of chaotic thinking or chaos to begin with. Sometimes people, when they start decluttering their mind, when they start clearing out all these negative thoughts from their mind, their life gets a little distorted. But it's only the way and the paving the path for prosperity for you. Sometimes we need to let go of things so that we can allow new things to come in. Now, Michelle says, Luci has helped me with my scatterbrained thoughts and the lack of focus that I had. Now I can calm my head, my mind, and focus. My life is going to change so much just utilizing these amazing tools. As you become more and more proactive about your thoughts and your feelings, you will start to notice slight changes in your environment. Sometimes these changes may look or feel a little chaotic, like I mentioned earlier, but hold tight and keep going forward. It's not so much on making the huge leaps, it's the little baby steps where we make the greatest progress. Now, this is a process, and good things are headed your way. I can assure you they are headed your way. You are clearing out the people, the places, and the things that you no longer serve you. Now, I'm not saying that you need to get divorced or you need to stop being with your best friend or anything like that. I'm not saying that at all. Please do not misinterpret that. I'm just simply saying that sometimes you may need to take a break from other people or other places or other things that are feeding your negative thoughts. That's all I'm saying. Now, good things are starting to race their way to you. And everything always, always returns to divine order when balance is restored. It is your natural state to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. When you start to take control of your thoughts and rewriting what is in your subconscious, then you start returning to this natural state of being. Now we're going to take a short commercial break, and I'll be right back. The Wealthy Wednesday radio show is on every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Join me, Luci McMonagle, an abundance breakthrough coach, author, and public speaker, as your host, as I interview expert guests that will inspire and empower you. Listen every Wednesday or catch the archived shows by going to Blog Talk Radio /Ambitious Women Unite Radio. That's blogtalkradio.com /Ambitious Women Unite Radio. Join me, your host, Luci McMonagle, for the Wealthy Wednesday radio show every Wednesday.
I felt out of control. I hated the fact that when my husband would kiss me, my body would shudder. I'd feel so guilty and wanted to run away. I knew it wasn't my husband's fault or even my own, but the pain of my childhood abuse was still controlling my life. Until I found Antica, and the Divine in 9 program. Now, I am free. The flashbacks are gone. They have vanished. My marriage is so much more fun, and I know the brighter side of life. I never thought I could feel this good about being me. If you are a woman like me, who survived abuse, and you're ready to stop fighting and start living, don't wait any longer. Register right now at www.divinein9.com.
Luci McMonagle is a business and lifestyle transformational coach. Listen up to learn more about what this means for you. You have abilities, some of which you currently use, some that can be tweaked. Your intuition is your compass. It guides you towards your destination. Sometimes, however, the destination is a tad off, which is where Luci comes in. Luci went from poverty to wealth by utilizing innate abilities that she discovered she had in order to mold her talents around money-making opportunities. After a short conversation with you, Luci can determine whether she can help you find your way to wealth and prosperity. Visit LuciMcMonagle.com and book a free clarity session now and discover where your life leads. That's LuciMcMonagle.com. Become inspired, empowered, and wealthy now.
Welcome back to the Wealthy Wednesday radio show. This is your host, Luci McMonagle, and I am so grateful you're still with me. Today we're talking about the 10 keys to prosperity, which is a part of my signature training program. If you would like to book a session with me, a clarity session with me for free to discover whether or not you would like to continue to move forward, my website is lucimcmonagle.com. That's LuciMcmonagle.com. And you can also find me on Facebook. Look for Luci McMonagle 1. That's Luci McMonagle, the number 1, on Facebook, and follow my Facebook page. You can also find me on Twitter at Luci McMonagle. Again, we're talking about the 10 keys to prosperity. Now, as we were speaking earlier, when you take control of your thoughts and you rewrite what is in your subconscious, then you start returning to a natural state of being. Your natural state of being is healthy, wealthy, and happy. That's your natural state. Now, there's no right or wrong answers. This is an observation and a discovery exercise that I've been talking about earlier to get to the root of issues so that you can change them. Don't feel bad if your random thoughts don't reflect your true desires for your business or lifestyle as of yet. Hang tight. You have to keep working at this. Now, you've had years, absolutely years, of accepting other people's belief systems, their paradigms, their bad behaviors towards you. And you've kind of been in a fog of some sort for a really, really long time. So right now you're just starting to wake up. You were not even aware of things going on inside your mind prior to maybe now, until you started considering doing these exercises, or you started to pay attention. Now, please, please go easy on yourself. You've been an A++ student, learning everything that was keeping you depressed, keeping you down, keeping you from moving forward. So please, there's going to be a learning curve, and I completely and totally believe in you, and I know you can do this, and I'm here to help you if you need that. Now, the 8th key to prosperity is to start to think of ways you would like your new chosen direction to go from this point forward. Infinite possibilities are opening up for you. Remember, you have become what you think and what you believe. So therefore, your known and unknown thoughts create the experiences in your life. Now listen carefully to what you say, unconsciously or consciously. This will help shape your entire world around you. You will begin to start believing the positive affirmations, the life-affirming statements that you start saying. as long as they're in your own voice and using emotion behind them. Now, being consistent and working at it daily will reap you the largest and fastest results. And it's okay if you have to take a break off from doing this work. It's all right. Just get back on the horse and get back into the saddle and start moving forward again. Now, beliefs are the same thought that you think over and over again, and that have some form of an emotional charge to them. The 9th key to prosperity is that now your time and you are able to start realizing how powerful your thoughts are and how you create your feelings, and they affect how you perceive the world around you. Well, that's pretty powerful, isn't it? This process is going to help you from going from reacting with emotions to responding with ease. Wouldn't it be nice if you could respond with ease and with grace when turbulent situations show up in your life? Wouldn't it be nice? Can you just imagine how you can stand calm and empowered in knowing exactly what to do and how to handle it because you're not allowing yourself to get emotionally out of control, overwhelmed, freaked out? I know when I started learning how to manage this, that was the greatest sense of inner peace. And it also helped me feel this void that I had deep inside me. There was like something missing, something that I couldn't quite put my finger on at the time. And it was really not being connected to myself, not really being connected to what I was about and where I was going. Now, from this point of power, you have a choice to choose your fate through random thoughts that other people have created for you, that you've accepted as your own, or to start to design your business and lifestyle with ease, with grace, and much easier. I know a lot of people say, oh my gosh, that's an awful lot of work. You want me to control my mind and my thoughts? But it's really not that hard. When you start working at it over and over again, just over a course of just a few weeks, you'll start seeing slight results. Over a course of a few months, you'll start having a lot bigger results. And after 6 or 7 months, you simply have maintenance for the most part. Considering you've been living your life so hectically, so frantically, running from one place to the next, I can assure you, a few months of working on this is going to make your life so much easier and so less hectic. So this will lead you to an abundance of opportunities that will point you to the way that clues towards your destiny. Now remember, this is only an overview of the foundation of my coaching and training programs. I get far more in depth, and I give you far more easier tips and tools that you need to double and triple your income and create multiple streams of income. And this short radio show, I'm unable to give you absolutely everything. Although I really, really would love to give you everything, I'm just not able to do so. Now, if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, I do offer free clarity calls to help you find out if we would be a good match. You can contact me at lucimcmonagle.com. That's LuciMcmonagle.com. Now let's talk about the 10th key for prosperity. The 10th key is to take a few deep breaths if you feel overwhelmed. Give yourself permission to stop for a few moments. And I'd like to give you a bonus 11th key. The 11th key is to make the decision to work at it harder until you start to create more success in your life, whether this means more sales, whether this means more money, whether this means having better relationships, or creative ideas for packages, creating a self-care schedule, Whatever it means, make the decision to work harder until you start to create the success that you want in your life. Now, sometimes overwhelm is a natural response to change, and I completely understand this. I have been at points of overwhelm many times in my life. And when I first started changing my thoughts and I started becoming more aware of how my subconscious creates my reality, I was pretty overwhelmed. I had a lot of years of being an A++ student, and I tell you, I took my studies very, very seriously. And it didn't give me the choices that I wanted to have at that time, because what it did was it put filters on my eyes. I could not see the opportunities that laid before me. I wasn't able to find this prosperity, these keys to prosperity when I first started this. But if you keep working at it, it will get easier. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me, lucymcmonagle.com. Now, I really, really hope this has helped you discover another way of living, one where you have a choice to adopt into your life or not. Now, with all change, even if it's a good change, there's bound to be a certain amount of distress and confusion. And that's okay. Give yourself permission to be easy on yourself. Go easy on yourself. Remember, it has taken you this many years to learn how to feel small, how to feel powerless, how to take things personally, how to lose control, how to lose your self-respect, and how to allow others to dishonor you. And for a lot of these years, you've probably thought you should be happy with what you have, because things could be much worse. There's starving people in other countries, for goodness sakes. You've got food on your table. You've got a roof over your head. Why could you possibly be unhappy? But I'm telling you, you can have it all. You are looking for answers because your true self is calling. Your true soul self is starting to wake up. And you're starting to question the way things have been arranged in your business and in your life. You're bucking the system and the years of programming that others have imposed upon you. This programming has kept you in a fog, and you're starting to wake up. Allow yourself to wake up slowly. But you can move fast by moving slow, taking baby steps. You are waking up to infinite possibilities in your personal truth. Be aware that some programming causes distortions of your perception of reality. Now, I can't get into all of the distortions in the radio show here because we only have a few more minutes before I'm completed with this show. But I would like to say that you need to be aware that sometimes when you're looking at something, your perception might be just a slight bit tainted. And I want you to know that you have the right to be happier, healthier, and wealthier. Today, I am offering a very special 45-minute clarity call with me so that I can help you move forward in your life. Now, I desire to provide the highest value and quality. I would love it if you would get a hold of me at lucymcmonagle.com. Thank you for listening to this 10 Keys of Prosperity. Now, I'm going to quickly go through the summary of the prosperity, and this will be the end of the Wealthy Wednesday radio show. Now, the first key is the literal meaning of your words manifest. The second key to prosperity is reality is manifest from what's in your subconscious mind. The third key is words or experiences with an emotional response goes deeper into the subconscious. Now, it doesn't matter if these words or experiences that you have is from watching a television or from an actual circumstance that happened. It goes into your subconscious. The fourth key is that We attempt to compensate for feelings of not being good enough with codependent tendencies, and we are able to overcome this easily. The fifth key is your imagination used with thoughts triggers almost an instant result. The seventh key is discovering what is hidden in your subconscious mind will set you free from bondage and help you change what you are experiencing. The eighth key to prosperity is to start to think of ways you would like your new chosen direction to go from this point forward. The ninth key to prosperity is that now is your time, and you are able to start realizing how powerful your thoughts are and how they create your feelings and how they create how you perceive the world around you. The 10th key of prosperity is to take a few deep breaths if you feel overwhelmed. Give yourself permission to stop for a few moments. It's all right. And as a bonus, the 11th key of prosperity is you need to make a decision. Make a decision on choosing to work at it harder if you have to, or choosing to create more success in your life, whether this means more sales, more money, more better relationships, more creative ideas for packages, or better self-care. Take a stand and make a decision. Have a fabulous day, and thank you for listening to the Wealthy Wednesday radio show. Many blessings. This is your host, Luci McMonagle.
Thanks for listening to the Wealthy Wednesday radio show with Luci McMonagle every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Join us next time for more in the way of expert interviews with excellent guests and entrepreneurship and business tips that'll help you better your personal and business life. For excellent resources and to personally contact Luci McMonagle, visit LuciMcMonagle.com. Until next time, so long everybody.